What's up, everybody? John Charmijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the debut album from the band Spite, entitled Antimoshiach. This is released on Invictus Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this project, it's based out of Brooklyn, New York, and the best way to describe the sound of this project would be a very traditional, nostalgic, blasphemous style of black metal. Yeah. Spite is a one-person project formed by a guy by the name of Salpsan. He pretty much does and handles everything when it comes to Spite. Vocals, guitar, bass, drum work. He's another one of those very passionate and hardworking sort of one-person metal projects. And I've been hearing a lot of great things about this this particular project from lots of my close friends, and upon getting into this project, it only led me on to find out more about this Salpsan individual. He also does work in another really intriguing sort of New York black metal project called Horns and Hooves, a band that incorporates a lot of traditional black metal elements with just a little touch of heavy metal influence thrown in there. And I also pick up that same sort of vibe and mindset with Spite, and you could definitely tell that all of that stuff is relevant in there upon listening to the works of this project, most notably a song called Desecration Rites, and then an EP released in 2015 called Trapped in the Pentagram, which included a song of that same name, plus a re-recording of that original first song. Seriously solid stuff. I love the riffs, I love the vocals, I just love how there's so much attention to detail and the fact that everything sounds and flows so naturally. That's what makes a project like Spite so special, and so a debut full-length would soon be imminent from this project, and now here we are with the very first album under the Spite name entitled Antimoshiach, or Mashiach, or I'm probably butchering the name of the album, so I apologize for that. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 42 minutes in length, and after listening to this album a whole bunch of times, I can totally understand and get why this project has been getting a lot of attention, a lot of positive feedback, and I believe it is 1000% justified. This album is very much one of the best pieces of US black metal that I've heard so far this year, and really this year is still only beginning to grow and get better. And when it comes to the wave of black metal releases, Antimoshiach is really, really one of the best. Musically, it's very, very awesome. You definitely get a lot of that early first wave of black metal vibe going on with this album, in addition to the aforementioned heavy metal sort of elements, and I think that everything sounds wonderful. It's played wonderfully. The main story of Antimoshiach is the music, and you definitely hear that upon the opening moments of The Devil's Minion, and then later on with tracks like False Magic and Second Death. Just some seriously killer music going on here. I love this songwriting of this album so much. I love the guitar riffs. I love just the way everything sounds. You get those melodies, those tremolos. You get everything played out very wonderfully, even to the hype up leading to the title track of the closing track of this record, which is the title track. Just the building up and leading up and everything in between sounding so wonderful. I love the bass work on this album too. It has a very nice and warm sort of tone going for it. It has that, almost, like I mentioned, it has that sort of natural essence going for it. It really sounds good. It definitely cues in perfectly to the aforementioned heaviness that is the guitar riffs on here. The drum work on here is sensational. I love the way every song sounds and is paced out right. A lot of these songs are pretty lengthy, but they go by at a very adequate and nice pace. The Shield of Abraham, another one of my favorite tracks on there. I love the drum work on that song. Going once again to tracks like Second Death, and then a track like The Hope of Coming Armageddon. Just showing the instrumental chops of this project. It's really, really awesome. And honestly, I would have to say my favorite thing about this entire record is the vocalist. Salpsan is a very varied sort of vocalist. I love his projections, the way he sounds, very well worded. it doesn't just rely to just black metal sort of vocals. You hear him venture off into spoken word tirades, shouted tirades. There's just a lot of mixed emotions in his vocals, and I love that he has such a different mindset every single track on this record. It's just so entertaining to hear him do the growls and the screams and the vocal variations. It really does sound awesome to listen to. So overall, incredible debut album, very much for anybody that's into heavy metal or black metal or any of that sort of stuff. Antimoshiach is very much a worthy contender to be in the top 10 of this year. Very solid black metal, and probably there will be more great things to come from this project. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say The Devil's Minion, The Shield of Abraham, False Magic, the closing title track. I think there may be a bonus track. I could be wrong, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Spite Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally. I will also leave you a link to where you can purchase a physical CD. I'm pretty sure the artist himself will have copies if that's possible, and hopefully there will be a vinyl version too. So we'll see how well that works out. So again, the album is Antimoshiach by Spite. This is released on Invictus Productions. Go check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Very, very wildly entertaining black metal album from a very wildly entertaining black metal project called Spite. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. Or any of you guys into Spite, let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until next time, Army Ho out.